Hello and welcome to Smells Like Home Cooking, where we share our family favourite foolproof recipes for you to make at home. Today we're going to be cooking these indulgent chocolatey red velvet cookies. They'll be great for Valentine's Day, but so good you'll want them all throughout the year. Let's get started. You'll need a teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, 200 grams of white chocolate chips or chunks, 100 grams of light brown sugar, an egg, 265 grams of plain flour, 125 grams of softened unsalted butter, 15 grams of cocoa powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 75 grams of caster sugar, and some red food colouring. We begin by adding the softened butter and the 2 types of sugar to a bowl, and then beat until creamy. I'm using a hand mixer here so you can see what I'm doing, but this is a great recipe for a stand mixer if you've got one. Once this is nice and creamy, it's time to sift in the flour, cocoa powder, baking powder and bicarbonate of soda. Now add in a little bit of salt. I'm using about 1/4 teaspoon. Add in an egg. Next add in the food colouring to give it that lovely red velvet colour. The one I use is made by Flair because I find that's better than the others. Add a teaspoon of vanilla extract and then we're ready to mix. Continue to beat, gradually mixing in the unmixed flour. And once you get to something like this, it's about time to stop. The final addition is the white chocolate chunks. You can of course use more or less of these, or even replace them with dark chocolate, nuts, or whatever you like in your cookies. Take a handful of the mixture and form it into a ball. I'm making them about 60 grams each, which is roughly the size of a golf ball. Once all the dough's been used, put the balls on a plate. And we're going to chill it in the fridge for about an hour, or in the freezer for 30 minutes if you're short on time. Preheat your oven to 200 degrees C or 180 fan. And then, once chilled, put the balls on a lined baking tray, leaving space between them so they've got room to expand. We're going to bake these for about 10 minutes, after which time they'll still look a bit raw in the middle, but as they cool on the tray, they'll continue to cook and hopefully end up with a slight chew. Once cooled, I'm adding some fondant roses, especially for Valentine's Day, but the decoration's up to you. So there you go, chocolate red velvet cookies. All that's left to do is eat them. But watch out, they're so Moorish, you may not be able to stop at just one. I hope you enjoyed this video and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next of our family favourite foolproof recipes for you to cook at home.